Hello and welcome to the Healthy Solutions for All YouTube channel. I'm Michelle Tonkin ND. In today's episode we're talking about remedies for the winter blues, so stay tuned. Well, thanks so much for joining me today on today's episode on the Healthy Solutions for All YouTube channel called Remedies for the Winter Blues. So today we're talking about something called S.A.D, or Seasonal Affective Disorder. Now, seasonal affective disorder affects many people during the winter months when it's cold. We have a lot of, the temperatures are a lot colder than we're used to. We're not able to get outside as much. And basically, the lack of light can have an effect on our body. It can lead from anywhere from symptoms like depression, anxiety, lethargy, irritability, decreased energy, concentration problems, and so on. And this particular issue affects many people, and it's supposed to be affecting about 25 million Americans on an annual basis. So how do you know if you have seasonal affective disorder known as S.A.D? Well, usually these consistent symptoms are recurring during certain times of the year, mainly October through February in the Northern Hemisphere, or April through August in the Southern Hemisphere. And usually a key to determining if you're experiencing these symptoms, if you have these symptoms reoccurring during the same time frame of the year, usually October through February. So when there has when you have a lack of light in your body, it can mimic conditions such as chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, and hypothyroidism. So our body needs the sun, our body needs the light. Our organs like the pituitary gland, especially, which is our master hormone gland in our body, needs light. And things like even vitamin D from the sun, that's really important. So when we don't have light or a lack of light, whether that's because of our environment, or maybe we work late nights and we sleep during the day and work at night, or maybe we're experiencing the S.A.D symptoms from not having as much light because maybe we live in a more colder climate and we're not experiencing as much light. Sometimes we can experience these symptoms. So are there any natural remedies that we can do? Well, of course there are things you can do. The first thing you do is something called amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of life, and they are basically essentially proteins. Now, our body's able to make about 80% of the amino acids that we need from our diet, but 20% of these amino acids we actually have to supplement through our diet, for our food, and about 80% are naturally made by the body, and 20% we actually need to supplement, whether through our diet or supplementation. And when we have a lack of these proteins, it can cause issues like fatigue, or we can have anxiety, we can have OCD type issues. And that's because our brain, our body functions on these amino acids, and it's really important, especially for brain chemistry, to have amino acid support. So a lot of times with amino acids, it's not just about the protein you're absorbing, but it's the absorption in general. So a lot of times people will take all these protein supplements and they'll eat a lot of protein, but it's what you're able to break down and actually absorb that makes a difference. So the best quality of amino acids I have found is actually found in whey protein. And this is whey protein that's concentrated, not isolated. You want the whole protein. And the product that we recommend actually has enzymes that actually helps break down these various things in the shake, so that you can digest it and fully absorb about 90% of the protein that you are getting. Next thing you might want to look into is B vitamins. The B complex is essential for stress. It helps your body's adrenal glands, which is responsible for your flight or fight, and helps you handle stress as well. Helps with your skin, your eyes, your liver, muscle tone, your mouth, your gut, even brain function. And when you have issues like depression, anxiety, maybe some type of nervous system disorder, a lot of times you want to look into adding some type of B complex. You can get that in the form of a sublingual or a capsule. I actually take supplements that actually have the B complex naturally in there from food, like Ionic Supreme, which I take, which has adaptogens and certain B complexes in there that actually help to have the full spectrum of B vitamins from plant-based. So you can do that. You can do maybe a multivitamin or mineral that has the B complex in there. I recommend a food-based source as they're absorbable by your body and your body recognizes that. Then you want to look into cleansing. You know, a lot of times with S.A.D or any type of issue, the body a lot of times has to deal with toxins. And, you know, when we are in the throes of winter, a lot of times we're not able to exercise as much as we normally do. Sometimes things can get congested in there, including our bowels. So you can do a bowel cleanse, something maybe like a magnesium oxide type cleanse, or maybe some type of aloe. I also do something called Cleanse for Life, which I take a few times a week. And it has natural herbs to help clean the cells of the body, something you can look into as well. Then you want to look into doing essential fatty acids. Essential fatty acids are really essential for the brain, especially the omega-3, 6, and 9s. You can do fish oils. This is really good for getting those essential fatty acids. Hemp seeds are great. Flax seeds are really good as well. Things like even avocado, I believe, has good fatty acids in there. Olive oil, coconut. These are all great sources of essential fatty acids that really help your brain health. And then you can look into green drinks. Green drinks are drinks like powder drinks, maybe liquid, that have a lot of different vitamins and minerals in them that usually come from a plant source. The kind that I have is actually a powder form, and I love to take it. This is Dr. Tony's Greens. I highly recommend it. It's got a lot of different things in here besides just greens. It's stuff for your immune system and support your lungs and your immunity and your hair, skin, and nails, and the whole gamut of your immune system. And you know, the greens are also detoxifying and supply your body with a natural source of iron. So ladies, if you're having issues of iron absorption, maybe having heavy periods, maybe fatigued a lot, look into the greens. They're really going to help you. And these I put in my shake. You can put in water, juice, whatever. Now, lastly, you can look into something called light therapy for treating seasonal affective disorder. Light therapy is basically done by a licensed healthcare professional, and it's basically someone administers about 2,500 to 10,000 units of light for a period of 30 minutes to 2 hours. And this type of therapy really helps to get that light in, especially if you're in a very cold climate where you don't really see much light. Like someone, if you live in Alaska where they have 6 months of light and 6 months of darkness, you definitely want to look into some type of light therapy to help your pituitary and all your glands to function. So I highly recommend looking into that. Also, of course, diet is important, and you want to make sure the diet you're having is, of course, a whole foods based diet, which is your lean meats, your nuts, beans, seeds, whole grains or gluten-free grains, vegetables, fruits, water, herbal teas, good fats, good dairy products. Basically, things that you can find that are not processed and man-made, and that provides you with that whole food-based nutrition that your body is going to need. A healthy diet for most people is going to be about 75% alkaline food and 25% acidic. And so what that means is that you want to stay with about 75% of your diet needs to be more on the alkaline side, which is more fruits, vegetables, and those type of things. And then you can have some meats and nuts and beans and grains and dairy. So for most people, it's going to be about 2 to 4 ounces of some type of protein at each meal, a small amount of fat, a very healthy portion of your vegetables, maybe complex carbs like, potato or sweet potato or some kind of gluten-free or a regular grain, and of course a fruit, if that's the type of meal you want to do. And also making sure that a lot of the things you do are going to be water. You want to do waters, or you want to do your your good juices. You want to be sure that you're staying away from processed food and sugars. So I hope that helps you guys out, and that you guys have a great season. May the Lord bless you, keep you, make his face shine upon you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a question in the comment. We'll get back to you when we can. Feel free to share this video with anyone you might know that may benefit of it. And I pray you guys have a blessed year, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Take care.